Here is a picture of Ballynahinch station a long time ago with a steam engine in the background, and these steam engines ran to places up and down the county. One day in the 1930s, the railway company bought a new engine called D1. It was called this because, unlike the other trains, it ran on diesel. It was a funny looking engine, maybe because it was built by Harland and Wolff, who usually built ships. All the other engines on the railway were from England. So, in order to make it look more at home, D1 was given a new number, 2, and its own branch line to Ballynahinch. It often sat at its own platform at Ballynahinch Junction, exchanging passengers with the bigger trains that came in from Belfast and Newcastle before setting off on its short journey. Its first stop was a halt at Creevy-Argan, with a bridge wide enough for 2 trains to pass at the same time. This was never needed as the branch line was single track for all its days. The line passed under several other bridges like this, including this one that's now someone's private driveway, and another just before the station at Windmill Lane that many years later was filled in so you can only see the top of the archway. Before long it reached the station at Ballynahinch, which was rather grand. It had a covered platform so passengers wouldn't get wet, and lots of space for goods trains, and number 2 happily worked its line up and down for over 15 years. But one day in 1950, the men in government decided that they couldn't afford to run trains to Ballynahinch anymore, or to any other place in County Down, and they closed the line. Even worse, in time the lovely old station was torn down. These days, buses park where once number 2 and the steam engines all sat. The steps that passengers climbed to get out onto the main road are overgrown. The platform where they would have waited for their train is just a pile of rubble. Where all the good wagons sat in their 3-arched shed, there are still eggs and bread and meat and milk, but now in a supermarket. Only the wall beside where the men and women and children waited to take the train is left, built into the back of the new library. The boy in this photo was sad when the train stopped running, so many years later he helped rebuild part of the old County Down Railway, which is still running today at Downpatrick. But what of number 2? The next year it was given a new job back home at Harland and Wolff, where it stayed working for a very long time.